Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel Legendary Workstation. This is free video training course of CCNA 200-301. In our previous lecture we have discussed the topic of number system in detail, and today we are going to discuss the topic of IP addressing. Before start to this topic, please watch the previous video on number system for better understanding of this topic. First, we will discuss the addressing. Addressing is a technique which make possible to connect and move data packets between any devices in networking. Addressing is technique which make possible to connect and move data between any devices in our network. Addressing has two types. First is physical address. Physical address is a unique address of every device that cannot be changed. It physically identifies an item of hardware. It is configured by IEEE. In networking, physical addresses are assigned to switch and hub, etc. Physical address works on data link layer of OSI model. Second type of addressing is logical address. Logical address is unique address that assigned to a device in network. This address changes frequently. Logical addresses are assigned by IANA. IANA stands for Internet Assigned Number Authority. In networking, logical addresses are assigned to routers, multi-layer switch. Logical addresses works on layer 3, that is called network layer. The example of physical address is MAC address. Every device has unique MAC address. MAC address stands for Media Access Controller. Logical address has two types. One is IPv4 and second is IPv6. In this lecture we are going to discuss IPv4. IPv4 has two types. One is public IP and second is private IP. Now we will discuss IPv4 in detail. IP stands for Internet Protocol. V4 stands for version 4. IP is 32-bit logical address. It means it has 32-bit binary number. It contains 4 octets. The word octet is derived from octal, which means 8. So, IP version 4 contains 4 octets, and in one octet there is 8 binary bits that are separated by full stop. Here, range in decimal number system that is easy to understandable for us and easy to write IP version 4 in decimal number system, while binary number system is difficult. So minimum range is 0 and maximum range is 255. As we converted the above binary octets into decimal number that are more readable for us. IP address is sum of network ID and host ID. Network ID is used for router and host ID is used for end user or host. Before start to learn the classes of IPv4, we must know the term unicast. Unicast is one-to-one transmission from one point in the network to another point in the network. Broadcast refer to transmitting packets that will be received by every device on network. Multicast refers to transmitting a packet that will be received by specific host, not all the network. Classes of IPv4. There is 5 classes in IPv4 that are A, B, C, D and E. Class A range start from 1 and ends at 1 to 6. Class B range start from 1 to 8 and ends at 191. Class C range start from 192 and ends at 223. Class D range start from 224 and ends at 239. The last class of IPv4 range start from 240 and ends at 255, where 0 and 127 are reserved for special purpose. Class A to C are used for unicast and broadcast communication. Class D is used for multicasting and Class E is used for research purpose. Way to remember in which class your IP address is belong is that we convert the IPv4 into binary number system, and if the first bit of first octet is 0, so this IP address is in class A IPv4, which range start from 1 and ends at 126. So first octet can be a number that is between 1 and 126. In class A, first octet is network portion and remaining 3 octets are works as host portion. Now we will understand the conversion of IPv4 from binary to decimal and vice versa. As we know that IPv4 uses 4 octets and one octet contains 8 bits. So we will write the base of binary and then write the octal number in its power. Here 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 3, 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 5, 2 raised to power 6, 2 raised to power 7. Here total number of 2's are 8 and these 8 2's contain power of octal number. When we evaluate the power function 2 raised to power 7, we get the result 128. Next 64, next 32 and ends at 1. Bit 0 mean off and bit 1 mean on. We convert this octet of binary number into decimal number to find its class. So we write 0 here, then 1, then 1, then 1, and then 4 zeros. So 0 mean off, so 125 is 0. 0 multiply 128, answer is 0. 1 multiply 64, answer is 64. 32 multiply 1, answer is 32. 0 plus 64 plus 32, answer is 96. Then 1 multiply 16, answer is 16. So our answer here is 112. 0 multiply 8, answer is 0. 112 plus 0, answer 112. Then 0, then 0, then 0. So here we add the on bits that are 64, 32 and 16. So we get the result 112. As we know that the class A range is from 1 to 126. So 112 is the address of class A. We directly know this, that this 8 bits are in class A using the method of first octet first bit. If I repeat, first bit from left side of first octet is 0. So this is class A. Now if first bit is 1 and second bit is 0, put your eyes closed and write that you are in class B. And class B range start from 1 to 8 and ends at 191. In class B, 2 octets are network portion and 2 octets are host portion. Now if we have first octets bits are in this position, that first 2 are 1 and third is 0, so put your eyes closed and write that you are in class C. And class C range is 1 to 8 to 191. In class B, in class C, 3 octets are from network portion and 1 octet is from host portion. And if the first 3 bits are 1 and remaining bit and fourth bit is 0, then you are in class D. And if first 4 bit are 1 and fifth bit is 0, so you are in class E. Here I write, if first bit is 0, then you are in class A. In first octet, if first bit is 1, second is 0, so you are in class B. In first octet of IP address, if first 2 bits are 1 and third is 0, so you are in class C. And if 3 bits are 0 and fourth bit is, and if 3 bits are 1 and fourth bit is 0, then you are in class D. If 4 bit are 1 and next bit is 0, so you are in class E. Class A uses 8 bits as network and 24 bit as host portion. Class B contain 16 bit as network portion and 16 bit as host portion. Class C contain 24 bit as network portion and 8 bit as host portion. Default subnet mask. The default subnet mask of class A is 255.0.0.0. Class B is 255.255.0.0. Class C is 255.255.255.0. Now we will discuss the types of IPv4. IPv4 type is private IP address that is available free of cost, and this address is used within the network. Second type of IPv4 is public IP address. Public IP address is not available free of cost, costly, and it can be used within network or outside the network. 10 network is private IP address network in class B 172.116.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. All addresses are private IP addresses. In class C 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255, in between this range, all the addresses are private IP addresses. Define network ID and broadcast ID. Network ID is first IP address of every network, and broadcast ID is the last IP address of every network. Let's suppose we take a class IP address 10.1.1.1. Here network we use is 10 because we know in class A first octet is used for network and other as host. Put your eyes closed and write 0 to host portion. So you will get the network ID 10.0.0.0. This is the network ID of 10 network that we used. Now we will understand broadcast ID of any network. Let's suppose we take a class IP address 10.1.1.1. Here network we use is 10 because we know that in class A first octet is used for network. Put your eyes closed and write 255.255.255 to host portion octet. So this address 10.255.255.255 is broadcast ID of 10 network. Practice question. In these question you need to find the network and broadcast ID. First network is 30.255.255.50. Second is 140.172.168.192, and third is 196.67.71.10. To listen your views about this video, I will appreciate your suggestions for improving the quality of the video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel, like the video, and also share this video to your timeline and friends. Your appreciation is motivation for me to do more hard work and make everything simple about CCNA 200-301 for you. If you want these slides, then comment your email address below the video I will share the slides with you. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks.